Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have an update for my Rolling Project 10 pan. This is a project pan where I can basically work on anything, but I am working on 10 items at a time, and I do have higher goals like finishing things or high usage. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do mostly panning content, which means I am actively working through my collection of what I already own, trying to finish things up and get use of everything instead of buying new stuff. I am on my second no buy in a row and it's working out. It's working out pretty good. I am really liking using what I have, trying to find creative ways to use things, and I do so by rolling them into different projects, but also doing like get ready with me's. I recently did a random wheel picks my makeup, so I used a lot of non-panning items in that as well. So I'm just trying to get good use of what I already own, but focus on some things. If that sounds good to you, I hope you subscribe before you leave, and of course give this video a thumbs up. The first item I want to talk about is my primer. This is a small, it's a 6-gram Yummy Skin Universal Primer from Danessa Myricks. And this was decluttered to me from my friend Jamie, the Impulsive Panner. She had already hit pan on it, but it wasn't really working for her. So she asked if I wanted to try it, and I said, yes, please. So when I rolled it into this project, it already had pan, but this is what it looked like last update, and I was able to use it 19 additional times. I am really happy with what it's looking like right now. As you can tell, I am trying to work around the edges. I did expand the pan quite a bit, and then it was kind of getting hard to rub my finger around the edges, so I have been kind of taking my nail and taking little bits at a time, and it's been working really well. I just put it on my T-zone. I get oily throughout the day, around my nose here, on my forehead and my chin, so that's where I focus this product, and I'm pretty sure I can have this done by the next update, and that will be my last primer in my collection, which is kind of weird to say. I'm just going to go in order of well, actually, I'm not going to go in order of my face because I usually underpaint. But the next item I'm going to talk about is my foundation. And I rolled in my Milani Screen Queen at the last update. So this is kind of where I was when I rolled it in. Hopefully you can see that dot here, and now I am down to here. So I'm really happy with the movement on this. I've used it 12 times since the last update, so I am wearing this today, but I do have it mixed with a few other things. If you caught my last deck of panning project update, I got the Joker and I had rolled in a foundation for that. So I have those two products mixed today with some other mixing pigments to make it work. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I feel like I can have it done in maybe like 3 more months if I make this much progress, like 1, 2, 3. This is a very thick foundation, so I actually use quite a bit of volume when I use it. If I'm mixing it with something, I'll just use 1 pump, but if I'm using it by itself, I'll use 3 pumps. So it's very thick and it doesn't cover much like surface area. It doesn't spread very easily, so I have to use quite a bit of it. But this is a long discontinued foundation, so I really need to get it out of my collection. But it's a really nice shade for me. It's shade 150 Cool Shell. The next product is my concealer, and I've been working on my Benefit Boing Concealer. It hasn't really changed like visually, so I'm not sure if I'll put anything up. But since the last update, I was able to use this 16 times. I did take out the stopper, which is very exciting, and I kind of scraped down the sides of it because I knew that the product was just built up on the sides and I couldn't really tell where it was. So I took the stopper out and I scraped everything down as far as I could. And I really think I could finish this by next month. There is quite a bit of product on the wand here still. But yeah, I'm very happy with the progress that I have on this so far. The next product I want to talk about is my cream bronzer, and it is from Pearl Beauty. This is the shade Real Depth from their like multi-stick line. And oh, I forgot to say, I want to finish all of these. Everything I've talked about so far I want to finish, including this item. So I do have line markings on the cap here, so I'll show you that, but I was able to use this 14 times since the last update, and I'll just roll it up all the way. Hopefully you'll be able to see where the plastic is, so I'm going to roll it down to the plastic, and then you can see my little lines here. Oh my gosh, this is hard. So it hasn't really moved since the last, okay. It's at that little last dot. So honestly, not that much product left. But this is slow going. I mean, some days I don't wear it, some days I do. I do have it on today. I think I have everything on today, and I use this underpainting, so I'll put it on under my foundation. It's not my favorite tone, so that's why I have to put it under my foundation. So the next item is my cream contour, which is a Franken product, and I still have to figure out how I want to talk about this because it's actually, I'm trying to finish this LYS cream blush, and I've been frankening it into a cream contour and a cream blush, and then I just work out of those. So the first one is my cream contour. This is what it looked like last update, and I have been able to use this 15 times, and it was looking like this. I did end up adding more product into it, so it's looking a lot different. And I've used it one time since I refrankened it, so that's what it's currently looking like. I keep refilling this, and so it's like not, it's like kind of getting to an empty, but not really, because it's actually this product that I'm trying to finish. But like I said, I did take some more out of this, and I frankened more contour. So I will have a picture of what it looked like last time I took product out of it, and now this is what it's looking like. So I took this big chunk out of the corner, and I feel like I'll be able to finish this in 2 more Frankens. Like I'll take out the center and then I'll take out the corner, but that's going to be in quite a few months. I'm also working on a cream blush that I frankened from that blush, and this is what it looked like last update. I used this 15 times as well, and this is what it's looking like. So I think I do see some visual progress, but this is slow moving, and I underpaint with all of these cream products. My next product is another Franken. I have to Franken a lot of things to fit my cool fair skin tone, but this is housed in an hourglass pan, but it was a Fenty powder bronzer mixed with a green and blue eyeshadow and some translucent powder to kind of lighten it up. This is what it looked like last time. I have used it 22 times, and I am happy to call this an empty. I am very excited. I hit pan, or like the bottom pan of this just a few days ago, and then it went really quickly after I hit that initial pan. It kind of looks like there's a little bit of product down here, but I actually tried like scraping that out today, and I got my last use, so this is empty. I did Franken another cream contour, but it's part of my like Pan That Face palette, so I won't be rolling that into this palette to replace this. So I had to think of what I wanted to replace it with, And I decided to roll in my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Duo. This is the mini. I already have 2 pans in this, and I did recently work on this in Project Panoply. I believe that was the project. Yes. And I mean, I discovered that this product has changed, and it's definitely not as good as it used to be. I'm pretty sure I got this in 2020. I'll put the date on the screen. I really don't remember. But I am going to try to work on the contour or bronzer side of this. And I really just want to, I don't know if I have a goal. I don't think I'll finish it. But there it is here. It is slightly too warm to be a contour, but I feel like I can make it work. Like on the days I'm not using my Hourglass Jellyfish palette for Pan That Face palette, I'll just use this as like a bronzer contour. I'm gonna say 50 uses, and we will see how the pan expands. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I do have a seasonal refresh for this project, so every 3 months I am able to refresh anything I want for the next season. So that will be coming like at the end of March, April, May, June, which is in a month. So I don't think I will like refresh this, but honestly in a month I might decide to, but we'll see how I get on with this. Next is my blush from my Natasha Denona Love Glow palette. I love the glitter. It's so fun. I rolled in the shade Super Glow. I think it's so small. Oh yeah, Super Glow. It's on the front. It's this shade right here. And I'll put a picture of what it looked like last time, but I want to try to hit pan in this. I figured this shade was going to be nice for the summer. It is a little coral for me personally, but I did use it 10 times. I have this on today. It's my only blush on today, and I feel like you can't really see it on camera that well. But most days that I wear this, I would use it as a blush topper on top of a blush that I have in my Throwback 30 project pan. So I prefer this as a blush topper. Even on my fair skin, I felt like it would be fine. And honestly, it is fine, but sometimes I just want a little extra, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So next is my powder highlighter, and I am working on my e.l.f. baked highlighter. I'm trying to hit pan in this, and if you guys have ever panned a baked product, you know how long it takes. This is what it was looking like at the last update. It's very hard to see progress in this because of the baked dome shape of it. So hopefully you can see a difference, but I've used it 14 times, including today. It is the highlighter I'm wearing today, but yeah, it's really hard to see a difference. Like I said, I have it on today. It's my favorite highlighter in my collection. Still works great. It's like 12 years old, something like that. And it's great. It's funny, Gabriella Francis just hit pan in a baked product, but it was like a side pan. She hit pan on like down here where the product is lower. And I was like, I should have done that too with my highlighter instead of trying to go down the center where there's the most product. But she didn't do it on purpose. It was just natural, but I'm like, I should have done that. Okay, then the last 2 products are lip products. So the first one is my lip liner, and I have this lip liner from Temu. It doesn't have any like text on it, so I don't know the name of it, I don't know the brand of it, I don't know anything about it, but I do know it's a neutral warm lip liner, so I want to get it out of my collection. I've used it 11 times since the last update, and I probably could have sharpened it for this video, but I chose not to. I feel like I have one more use, and I don't like to just sharpen for the sake of sharpening. But that's what it looked like compared to last update, and I feel like I still have quite a few months left on this, but it is getting, you know, it's getting to the cute stage. Almost. And then the last product is a lipstick from Ulta Beauty. This came in a holiday set last year, and this is the shade, it's Famous. I have the goal to use this 50 times, and I don't think I'm going to hit that before my seasonal refresh. And I think I did say I'm just going to refresh my lipstick at every seasonal refresh, but I have used this 11 times, including today, on top of that lip liner. And it is a beautiful shade. I don't know if I measured it here or on the longer side. Hopefully I'll have a better picture on the screen. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll hit my 50 uses on this one, because honestly I kept wanting to use it, but then I would remember it was in my diaper bag, or it was in my purse, or like it wasn't at my vanity where I was getting ready. And every time I get ready, I take a flat lay picture of my makeup. So I know it's so lazy. I didn't want to get up, get the lipstick, come back, take my picture. So I just kept forgetting to, not forgetting, but I just kept choosing other lip products. So hopefully I'll get more use out of that before the next update, but I really do love that shade. I think it looks really nice. And I can wear it by itself too, but I mean, I'm trying to finish that lip liner, so why not use that as well, you know? So that is my update. Let me know, do you think I'll hit any goal? I don't think I'll hit any more goals next update. I'll just have really good progress. I feel like I have great progress every update. It's just these are long-term products. So hopefully you're enjoying seeing the progress throughout the months. If you are not subscribed, I hope you do so before you leave, and of course give this video a thumbs up. I hope to see you all in my next one. Bye.